Okay, so I'm basically waiting on my latest video to upload. It's oh, my stream just started back there behind me. But yeah, so I definitely want to have a conversation about this whole situation online, because somebody called me and was asking me what's supposed to be going on with the beef between RacerX and OCMotivator and stuff. And I'm going like, there's actually a beef going on here. I'm going like, so I had to basically explain what that crap was going on. But long story short, if you're kind of confused about what's going on here, basically in a live stream, RacerX was talking about how people were hating on the Charger Daytona, and you know, how basically people was hating on him because they never really seen the car, never really driven the car, and people was hating on him because he was basically being, very positive about the car, while everybody else was being negative about the car. Because if you see all the reviews from Charger Daytona, when people was actually driving the car, most people were very negative about their experience with the car. And RacerX and I want to say Raddy's Rise was really positive too, but a lot of people haven't really, well, I haven't really watched Raddy's Rise videos. I normally used to watch the channel until you want to say that I'm spreading misinformation about the Demon 170, but those two was basically, I think, like the two most positive channels that said stuff about Charger Daytona. And so that's basically started the whole situation where everybody started to gang up on RacerX in his live stream. Well, not his live stream, but in his comment section, basically about, the car just basically sucks. The Charger Daytona is trash. Like that's basically everyone's opinion, is that Charger Daytona is trash. And RacerX is basically just trying to say that, hey, you know what? The car is pretty good. Just make sure you guys, actually, try to drive the car experience for yourself. So it wasn't really that bad. But then, then OCMotivator come out with a video kind of directly addressing RacerX on like, people are having their opinions about the car. And if you look at the comment section of OCMotivator's video, his latest one that he did, let me see if I can. There goes my, let me see. Where is it? Yeah, so if you go look at this video right here, scroll in on that. There we go. If you go look at this video right here that OCMotivator did, where he basically said his response to RacerX on the Charger Daytona negativity, I mean, it's a pretty good video. Like RacerX live stream, I don't think there was nothing bad with it, but people kind of jumped on him for that. And then you got OCMotivator. He basically made a video basically directing that as well. And then you can just see in like the comment section, there's a crap ton of comments and stuff. But then you got a lot of people who are talking smack about RacerX in there. And you see RacerX, I mean, there's no other way of saying it, that, RacerX, it seems like as though he has some thin skin when it comes to people who talk negative about him. And I just got to say that when you make videos for a living, you're going to have crazy comments no matter what video it is. There's always going to be haters and people who love you in the same exact comment section, right? You're going to have haters, you're going to have lovers, and you must be doing something right if you got over 200-some thousand followers. I only got 38,000 followers, so I need to do better on my content. But you're always going to have people who hate, and always have people who love, and you can't just go and be so down about when someone nitpicks something or have just a little bit of criticism about something, right? I mean, the negativity with the Charger Daytona from my end is I have people reach out to me who works on the car. I have people reach out to me who engineered the car. I have people who reach out to me who are dealers that accepted the car. And I can read on the forums what some of these people have with Charger Daytona is experiencing on their cars. And I tried myself firsthand multiple times to try and drive a Charger Daytona. Now, I will admit that I was, very negative on the car, but I had a lot of basis of doing so because Stellantis themselves said in videos that they were going to microtransaction stuff on the Charger Daytona. They were going to hide stuff behind paywalls. They was going to basically lock behind a paywall to where if you want to unlock horsepower, that's one thing. On the brand new Ram truck, locked behind a paywall, they was going to basically restrict your truck's ability to have additional payload capacity through software locks. That's what Stellantis said in videos. Stellantis said in another video that they was going to have a situation where they will unlock premium audio. Hey, son.
Go to game night.
Time to go to game night?
It's already 7-1.
We'll leave about 30 minutes.
As soon as we get there, it's already going to be a miss.
Nah, I just talked to your mama. She said she'd be there in 30 minutes.
Kyle, what did he have on?
That.
He didn't have a jacket on?
The jacket's upstairs.
Oh, he didn't have no other jacket on. He just had his heavy jacket on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You want him to have a sweatshirt on or what? You know what, him, he wants to show off his shirt.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, basically Stellantis in videos, they talk about lock stuff behind paywalls. I told you about the horsepower that basically turned into the stage kits. They were saying they're going to lock back payload capacity on the Ram trucks. They said in the other part of the video, they're going to lock behind a paywall like premium audio. How do you lock behind a paywall premium audio? Do you turn off certain speakers? Do you turn off certain qualities of the sound in these cars? I mean, that was questions that I would have from doing research, because I actually loved the concept of the Charger Daytona when it first came out. It was going to be an all-wheel drive, four-wheel, tire-smoking beast that, under my assumption, it was going to smoke everything. Then, especially when you look at EV Day slides, they had the potential to make a 1,300 horsepower Charger Daytona. But all we get is 670 horsepower, $80,000, and it can't beat even a base Model S. So there's a lot of stuff on paper to basically not like about the Charger Daytona. And as I told you guys, I was supposed to go out there to that media drive that RacerX and Demonology and Aspect Reviews, Throttle House, Rich Rebuilds. I was supposed to go because I was invited to go there earlier last year. But for some reason, I never got the actual call to go fly out there, because the questions that I just said just now about stuck in locked behind microtransactions and the horsepower and stuff, those are questions I would have asked the engineers, because those are stuff that I've raised in videos over the past years. I don't think no one can say that they have researched the Charger Daytona more than me. I've read through pages of patents. I've looked through every single video that Stellantis ever published. I've looked through slides that Stellantis has put out there. I know all the little partnerships they have of who's going to make what battery component, who's going to make what electric drive motor, who's going to make what inverter. I've seen all the data, and I have plenty of questions. So for me, I am very informed on the car. I just never got the opportunity to see it in person until this week, right? And I've shown you guys multiple times on 2 live streams. The last 2 or 3 live streams. The first live stream, I went to the dealership and I could not see the car because it was having software issues. The second live stream I did, I went to a different dealership and all 5 of those cars were broke. And this is not me just running my mouth because I did not try to see the car. I tried. I want to actually experience the car. So I'm going like, yo, what is going on here? Like, I mean, I understand RacerX's point of view that he actually was able to drive the car. And in his latest video he just did, he drove another one down there in Florida. But not everyone has that same experience. And some people need to kind of understand that. Now, not everybody going to see stuff the way you see it, right? I can make a video talking about stuff that I know exactly what's going to happen, or stuff I know is happening in the background and leak stuff, and people won't believe me. And I'm not going to get mad because people don't believe me. So you're going to have people who don't necessarily like that you're being positive about every single time you're talking about Dodge, because to me personally, there's going to be a time in a place to where people are going to assume that you're basically going to be holding the pom-poms for Dodge, because if you're mostly positive about something, there's not exactly 100% perfect in everything that Dodge does. There's stuff that happens in the background that some people just knows that just happens, right? Now everybody's had a perfect situation where their scat pack was perfect. Oh, I never had a problem with my Demon 170. I never had a problem with this. Things happen to other people. So, like I said, I particularly myself, I don't normally, until the past year when I started actually interacting with people with their problems they had with their cars, I never really posted negative videos bashing Dodge about this or that, right? It wasn't until the last year of me experiencing what other people tell me and show me through documentation of the stuff that they're having and experiences that they're having themselves that I'm going like, yeah, well, all of us started making negative videos because all of us, like whether it be TK or OC or whoever, they've had negative experiences or they've seen people who have negative problems with these cars, right? I mean, even Throttle House, right? Throttle House basically was saying in their videos that they was having problems with throttle responses in the car. I mean, I've heard from, if you guys watched the video that me, TK, Demonology, Rich Rebuilds, and OCMotivator did, I mean, they basically told us, you know, in the same thing, that one of the guys' cars had broke down while they was there. The car does not do map planning where you can find a charger station on your route, and the car won't let you change the frost solid chamber exhaust sound to make it louder during certain situations. There's no like performance pages where you can go in and you can dial your suspension into this, you can dial your steering to that, you can dial your transmission to this, but you can't dial the chamber exhaust in the performance pages. And that was one thing not OCMotivator, but that's one thing the Demonologist said that he would like to have had an option if he was to have a Charger Daytona. Maybe make the frost on chamber exhaust system part of one of the little menu options in the performance pages when you go in and change your settings. So I know a lot of people beat up on RacerX because he's a lot more positive and he really does not say anything negative about the brand. And I know, you know, and I've said the same thing too. Like, you're gonna have a lot of people who are only going to say certain things and always try to be nice, because if they don't be nice, then they're not going to be invited back to events. And you know, I do a lot of stuff with Dodge in the background that a lot of people don't know about, especially like I've sent them dozens upon dozens of people in the last year to help them out in the background, and a lot of them I haven't never even made videos on. So there's a lot of people I've helped out in the background that I never made a video on that I've interacted with Dodge, whether it be Tim Knisis or Matt McClear or other people I know within the corporate structure of Dodge or within concierge and stuff. I've helped a lot of people out, and you know, I'm just saying, man, like and it was crazy just to look at the comment section and how RacerX are going through and responding to really only negative comments. You can't necessarily be focused on negative comments, because I got people who troll me, especially after talking about their Demon 170. Oh, they're just so pissed off. Oh, me, TK, OCMotivator, we killed the Demon 170 resale value. We are tarnishing the resale value of their investment, which, I mean, I don't understand how we have a 2018 Demon for 5 years. It never went to $300,000, and these people think that these Demon 170s are going to be $300,000 within 5 years. I guarantee you, within 5 years, you're going to have another car that's going to beat a Demon 170. There's no way in the world Dodge is going to keep the Demon 170 as the fastest Dodge ever, and that be it. You have another car faster than the Demon 170. Because, I mean, hey, you never know. Within 5 years, Dodge might bring back a smaller Challenger, put a Demon trim on there, and boom. You might have it the last year of Trump's term. You just never know. But, oh, what's up, OCMotivator? Oh, you gave me 50 bone hairs. Appreciate that, man. But yeah, like, I think I know who called you, because someone had a conversation with me too. So I think somebody had a nice little conversation with you, you know, talking about this whole beef situation. But I don't want to basically just talk about that, because I actually had a couple people ask me about that, by your video, OCMotivator, and I'm going like, you cannot be so thin-skinned when it comes to people having a negative critique. I mean, just like, you know, I know RacerX does not like me at all, because I know people who knows RacerX. So, and I've heard from them that he does not particularly like me, and I can understand why RacerX does not like me, because my most popular video on my channel still after 2 years is when I called him out on how I already knew from researching documents that the Charger Daytona was going to have a ICE engine inside of the car. And I've made videos, I've shown documents, but yet still people try to discredit what I was trying to say, when you can clearly see in documentation and through Easter eggs that Dodge was going to put an engine in the Charger. So like I say, after 2 years, that's still one of my most popular videos. I think it has almost 500,000 views right now. You can basically go to my channel, sort by the most popular video, and that's the one where I basically call it RacerX. I mean, I'm just saying. So I understand why RacerX does not particularly like me, but I still watch literally all of his videos, because he do give a lot of positive aspects and cover a lot of stuff. But it's like, you know, I have seen comments, people going like, why do I never mention RacerX? Why I never mention RacerX? Or why I don't do this RacerX? Like, I already know the guy doesn't like me. So I'm just saying. And then I definitely know Radius Rise doesn't like me when I called him out in the video, because those are only 2 videos where I actually called out specific people when people try to discredit what I'm saying. Like, everybody has their own difference of opinions when it comes to things, but you don't necessarily have to try to discredit people because you have a bigger channel and a bigger audience, right? I got to fight for what I have to even get 40,000 subscribers, so I'm hovering at 38,900, somewhere around there. So I'm just barely getting 40,000 subscribers, and having channels who are like way bigger than me try to discredit me, it does have an effect on people not believing what I say. But I don't necessarily have to go through and respond to every comment, yada, yada, yada. RacerX this, RacerX that, RacerX this, RacerX that, RacerX this, RacerX that, ratty this, ratty that, ratty this, ratty that. So, that's one thing I'll have to say. That RacerX needs to do. Don't have such a thin skin. I get trolled all the time when it comes to the forums. Like the TRX forum, everybody loves me in the TRX forum. I have no negative feedback to TRX forum. Everybody loves me on there. Even though I've, you know, exposed stuff on there where there was problems with the 2021 TRX and the 2022 TRX, right? But if I go to the Hellcat forum, I got several guys on there who try to get me to expose people who have issues with the cars. Like, hey, I want to know, you know, the dealership phone number. I want to know the service person. I want to know exactly what number car this is and what number car is that. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to give you information that people who actually have legal situations going on. Like, I'm not going to expose people and put out there the exact car that had this problem and then go tank that person's value of their car before they get a chance to get rid of the car. Because some guys want to get rid of their car. Some guys, you know, they just want to keep their information private, but they want to get some help, because not every single time that people had issues with their Demon 170s, for example, did Dodge approve their repair. I've had situations where I myself had to go behind the scenes and talk to Dodge on other people's behalf to get their warranty repair approved. I mean, I've shown that with dealership documentation where someone's engine repair for the D170 got rejected. I've shown documentation where they had to bill for $40,000 for their D170 engine to get replaced on their dime and stuff. So as I was saying, you can't just, you know, take negative criticism to heart and then just make that just piss you off. Like, I get negative criticism all the day. I can show as much documentation as I want to, and people still won't believe me. Like I said, TRX forum, I'm good. Hellcat forum, people kind of like, they want me to go through all this investigation and reveal all the stuff for them. And then if I go to the Hellcat.org forum, everybody on there is cool. Then I come here to YouTube, then I got a lot of comments is positive, a few comments is negative. I mean, hell, I'll see like sometimes in other people's videos where somebody will say something bad about me, but I'm like, whatever. Don't let it get to you. So it was just crazy to see how, like, once OCMotivator, you told me about that video you was posting, and I saw that thumbnail, I'm like, oh God, here we go. I gotta watch this one. But it wasn't really that it was like bad. It wasn't like it was like, you know, OCMotivator called RacerX like a like a pom pom holder or whatever, or a suck up, and you know, he's going to be ride or die Dodge, and everyone shouldn't believe him. But you know, I mean, there are certain videos that RacerX makes that he says that, you know, he'd be like, oh well, Dodge says this and Dodge says that. I'm going like, Dodge not going to tell people this is happening. Dodge not going to tell people that's going to happen, right? Like, there's one video that I'm about to make. Dodge not going to tell anybody they're coming out with V8s next year, right? Because could you imagine what would happen next year if everybody knew that there's a V8 coming in the Ram trucks, or a V8 coming in the Charger next year? Why would anyone want to buy a Hurricane car where it's going to be a V8 option in 1 year, right? Could you imagine how pissed off dealers are going to be, because people are going to skip over all these cars? You're going to kill the sales of the EV. You're going to kill the sales of the Hurricane cars. You're going to kill the sales of the Ram trucks that's already being killed anyway with the Hurricanes in them, right? There's no way Dodge is going to let that leak out, that they're coming out with a Hellcat or a V8 or a 5.7 or whatever in any one of these vehicles. They're not going to admit that to anybody, right? But, you know, you have people who actually work on these projects and be like, hey, look, you know, we're doing this over here, we're doing this over there. So it's not necessarily meaning that just because they're working on a V8 project in the background that they're going to release it. Because, I mean, they had that 427 Hemi project that never came out, right? That the all-wheel drive Hellcat project that someone told me, who's pretty close to Dodge, told me that they actually built that prototype car and it was actually working. It was actually running around town. They just never went through with it, right? So just because they're working on a project doesn't necessarily mean they're going to actually bring it to market. Because I mean, I've seen pictures of the Charger Demon 170 prototype that I know they had running around. I've seen pictures of it at certain vendors. I've seen pictures of the Uconnect radio saying 1,000 horsepower and the little symbol on there for you know, ethanol fuel. So I seen that, like, gosh, I can't remember. I think I seen that maybe several months before the Demon 170 was revealed in Vegas. You know, just like the video where, like, you know, them blowing engines and stuff. I mean, hell, like, I honestly, hell, I was wrong about that part. Like, hell, they really was blowing engines, because I always see all the cars over here blowing engines in a year. So, I mean, we can have difference of opinion, but don't necessarily mean that everyone is like openly just bashing the Charger Daytona without merit. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a very expensive car, and you don't have to get so personal or up in arms because no one is like trying to really hear positivity about this car. Like, it's a car that no one asked for in this brotherhood. The brotherhood did not ask for an electric car, and dang sure not an $80,000 scat pack. Like, that's one thing that I'll say that Dodge should have never did. They should have never put the RT and the scat pack name on these EVs. It should have been the Charger Daytona, and call it whatever other different name you want to. The RT and the scat pack should have been reserved for those 6-pack cars. I mean, because Tim Knissen said in a podcast, he's like, hey, you know, the SRT 392 Challenger and Charger really was not selling. And then once they changed the name to Scat Pack, it became an instant seller. And then I guess they thought the same thing was going to happen with these RT and Scat Pack EVs, that put the name on there was going to make it a seller. But obviously it's not, because they're not selling that many of them, right? And then I just seen RacerX's video, because I watched his live stream, because someone told me to go on a live stream when he was talking about the car. And I watched it, and I'm going like, he was hinting last night that, hey, you know what, I'm gonna hint you guys tomorrow that Dodge are gonna be, you know, basically lowering the prices of these Charger Daytonas and stuff. And I'm going like, and I watched his video today, and he going like, well, they're only doing this price reduction to employees to get the employees into the car. So I'm going like, that's not exactly really, you know, what you were talking about in your live stream the night before. Like, hey, Dodge recognizes that the car costs too much. They're going to lower the prices. Yeah, they lower the prices for a group of people, not everybody. So, I mean, I'm not going on RacerX's, you know, comment section crying about it, that, oh, you lied this, you lied that, trying to, you know, start a fight with them and stuff. But there really is no beef between RacerX and OCMotivator. I'm pretty sure those two dudes done talked by now. I've already seen the comment on the video that OCMotivator done pinned on there. And, you know, just because we have creative criticism doesn't mean that everyone is beefing with one another. It'll probably be a long time before RacerX kind of, I guess, has a conversation with me, because I never had a conversation with RacerX, period. I have no problem with him. He said what he had to say. I said what I had to say in my video, and I haven't said anything bad about him since. I'm just saying that he just got thin skin. That's the best thing I can say. He got thin skin to go around and worry about people worried about him. We're not incident, because like that was one thing in the forums. Like I remember on the Hellcat.org forums, everybody was having a thread talking about RacerX. He's a kiss button, all this other stuff, and I basically said on there like, hey, I mean, it is what it is. Like it's just gonna happen, right? And then RacerX came and copied me on a comment. I need to go find that comment, right, and show you guys. But he basically came at me in a comment on the forum. I'm going like, dude, you acting like I came and said something out of line compared to everybody else. Like I just gave like a lukewarm response, and he came at me like I basically insulted him. I'm going like, dude, like I'm gonna go find that comment, because I know a lot of people be asking me, why don't me and RacerX ever talk or collab or like or whatever, right? So like I said, I know there's some stuff that, like I said, I know personally RacerX doesn't like me and stuff. So like I said, I ain't got no problem with him, whatever. I know multiple people that knows him, right? We both know the same people within Dodge. I probably know a little bit more people in Dodge, because like I was saying in videos that I was teasing, like, hell, I don't know whether that Dodge told him what was wrong with his engine, but I could probably find out what was wrong with his engine, on why it blew, because I know, I can't say exactly who I know, but I know people who can find out what actually went wrong with his engine or whatever. So I don't know whether or not they told him what happened to his engine, or he doesn't want to reveal what happened to his engine or whatever. But I teased that, and I said in the video, like, hey, look, if he want to reach out to me to go find out exactly what happened to his engine, I can probably find out, because I know what happened to a lot of engines in the Demon 170. So I did try to bury the hatchet with that one, but he's never, I guess, reached out to me and stuff. And then when his Instagram got hacked, I tried to reach out to some people that I know that knows people with an Instagram. I could never get his account unlocked. And I tried to do that in the background, because I think Sovereign Knight had said something to me about it, about his account getting locked. So I tried to help him with that situation. I don't know if he ever knew that I was going to try, but I did try to help him with that situation. But is my video uploaded yet? Oh, I got about good 5 minutes left to my video upload. So I got basically make a thumbnail and upload my latest video talking about the Dodge Ambassador program, which I tried to, well, I actually did apply for the Dodge Ambassador program. So we'll see whether or not Dodge would allow me to be a brand ambassador for them and stuff. I personally don't think it'll happen because, like I said, I don't necessarily make a lot of videos about Dodge that they would actually like for me to make, because I do keep it real. If I see something bad, I'll make a video about something bad. If I see something good, I'll make a video about something good. Like normally a lot of stuff I've been making over the past year is me exposing people who tried to screw the brotherhood out of money. Because, like I was saying, you basically have a situation where me, TK, OCMotivator, we literally had to make negative videos in order to save the brotherhood tens of thousands of dollars. Like, I don't know how much money that the three of us saved the brotherhood, but we literally saved the brotherhood probably over $1 million in just 6 months of helping people out with all the videos that all three of us made, right? Because I mean, depending on a Demon 170, that's $50,000 to $100,000 of money that we saved people, right? We saved people who was supposed to pay like $110,000 and they got the Demon 170 under sticker, right? So I'm not gonna say exactly which one it was, but I mean the whole Mac 8 situation, right? We helped out the soldier. We helped out the soldier, the customer with the silver car, the customer with the white car, and we helped out the customer with the I want to say there was one more car. So I think we helped out 4 customers in the whole Mac 8 situation with the soldier and stuff. So you got right there between $50,000 to $100,000 a piece, and that's almost $500,000 right there on just those 4 cars, between $200,000 and $500,000. So we saved the brotherhood a ton of money in several months in making videos like we do. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of negative stuff, you know, that videos that we make. So I don't know whether or not Dodge will actually like that, but sometimes you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. And in this particular case, this omelet is money back in your pockets, right? So like I said, like even before, you know, this situation we're here in the past year, when I actually started having more people within Dodge work with me in the background and stuff, I never really made negative videos exposing really anything negative other than the TRX, which when I made those negative TRX videos, I actually had got a call from one of the heads of the Ram plant from the from Stellantis, right? And they called me and they was like, hey, yeah, we seen your videos, we seen all the issues and stuff that you showed us photos of, and we're going to make sure that this particular situation does not happen. And I showed you guys that in videos back like 4 or 5 years ago. So sometimes when we make these negative videos, it actually helps you guys out in the end. So I made those videos about the TRX having all these issues. It might have saved some people's lives, because you had a situation where some people's wheels were about to fall off because they were not torqued right, because they got a torque gun that hits all the lugs at the same time and the machine wasn't calibrated right. And so some people had wheels where the bolts was not on their tight. So that wheel would have came off on a lifted Ram pickup truck. That wouldn't have been a good look. Or there's people who had situations where an oil line just comes loose because no one snapped it in properly, right? So, or people had suspension components that was loose. And, you know, like I said, me making negative videos talking about the TRX had the UAW go in and make sure that stuff got fixed on the production line. So sometimes these negative videos and negativity actually help people out in the long run. Like Stellantis might not like it, Ram might not like it, Dodge might not like it, but at the end of the day, I want to say majority of the time when I made a negative video, it was to the benefit of somebody else other than me. Because, you know, if a negative video only gets 10, 20, 30,000 views, it's not a lot of money, right? But if I could save someone a lot of their money from their car being broke down, I mean, it was definitely worth it, right? Like I said, I've made those videos about the TRX where those first 100-something trucks or 200 trucks, they had a lot of issues with them. And then after I made that video, once you get past like 2-3 months, a lot of those trucks did not have any more issues period in them. And throughout the rest of the model year, no one really had issues with like lines popping loose or the suspension bolts that hold the little dampener on the top of the rear end. None of that stuff happened again. So a lot of stuff stopped happening once I made a negative video about that, right? And then when I was making negative videos about Demon 170, the first one I made was about them denying engine claims. So I have paperwork saying that they deny engine warranties. So me doing that kind of got Dodge going like, hey, look, we shouldn't be denying warranty claims on these engines. These engines were, we said in documentation that, hey, you know, these engines are getting pulled from SEMA. This car being pulled from SEMA because we were blowing engines. So it's not a good look a year and a half later when people start blowing engines that you deny warranty claims. You've already put out there in the public yourself that you were blowing engines, and that's why you delayed the car. And then within 6 months of people getting these cars in their hands, these engines are blowing. So, you know, like I said, those early cars, they was not willing really to actually go and fix this stuff. But it wasn't until we started making negative videos talking about the quality of the D170 that all these other people who say I'm a hater, oh, you're only hating for the D170 because you can't afford one. You only hate for D170. You should sell your D170. Well, a lot of these guys do not realize that when we make these negative videos, we're making them to the benefit of the actual people who own the car, so they won't have problems with their car, right? Because after I made those videos talking about the engines are blowing and Dodge denying warranty claims, no one else has came out and said that their engine warranty claim was denied by Dodge. No one else has said that. After that first couple of videos I made, no one else can say, from what I know, that the warranty was denied from the engine blowing. Because I put it out there that, hey, they literally said that, hey, you know, you're gonna have a warranty. You're gonna have a warranty on a car that can go down the drag strip. So Tim Henson said that with his own He said it on camera, like, hey, you can have a factory warranty car that can go down a drag strip, so they can't deny your warranty for drag racing. They put out there in videos that, hey, you know what, we had a D170, we having to delay it from SEMA for like several months because we're blowing engines. They said it on camera. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, that's one thing that I had to face, that everyone thinks I hate D170, even though I actually own one and I pay over $1,200 a month for mine. So it's like, I don't get how I'm a hater, but I'm paying a lot of money in my pocket to actually own one. I mean, my D170 just today, I had to go and actually charge the battery up because the battery died for some odd reason. And I got an oil leak, and then I got to do the recall. But this still does not mean I do not love my D170. I'm never going to get rid of that car. I mean, I shown you guys some videos. I had Tim Knissis himself sign my window sticker. I had Tim Knissis himself personally call me and offer me that particular car. So I love Dodge. I mean, I've been a Dodge fanboy since 2015. I had a Challenger RT, Challenger Hellcat, TRX. Now I got D170. So I'm still not going to be a kiss butt thinking that, oh my God, I can't say nothing negative about them. Because a lot of people, because like I said, sometimes you have to expose stuff in order for things to get better. Right. So I don't want people to think that, you know, just because, you know, OCMotivator made that video specifically saying RacerX's name in it, that, you know, those two got beef. They don't have no beef. Like I said, even when RacerX was alluding to stuff that I was saying in videos about me being wrong, I made that one video, hey, just call him out. Just like he basically did me, wouldn't you know, call me out by name or whatever. But I know he was talking about me because people were sending me videos going like, hey, what's going on between you and RacerX? Y'all got a beef or whatever. Going like, hey, I ain't got no beef. I'll never talk to him. So I said, I made my one video about him that just happened to be the most popular video on my channel for some reason. And led to that. And like I said, I try to say, hey, you know, you want to find out about your engine? Hey, I could probably find out for you, but I didn't want to go and find out, because I could have easily went and found out about RacerX's engine and then made a video and confirmed what went wrong with his engine without saying nothing to him. I could have did that if I was a dick, but I wasn't gonna do that. That's why I was like, hey, if you want me to find out for him, I'll find out if he actually said something to me about it. But you know, RacerX get a lot of, I see RacerX get a lot of negative comments, but I mean, it is what it is. It just comes with the territory, bro. Like you got over 200,000 subs. You have a lot of eyeballs and not a lot of people who's actually going to see eye to eye with you. And, you know, back to the Charger Daytona part, you know, there's a lot of people who, you know, have a negative opinion of the car because, for one thing, it's an EV. But to me, honestly, the Charger Daytona should have been better than what we actually got. The Charger Daytona should have been a product that would have put anyone's doubts to bed. Like, you can't make a Charger Daytona that costs $80,000 that can't beat cars that cost $60,000. They can't beat cars that literally cost a couple $1,000s more, and it's called a Tesla. Like, Tesla is by far the #1 EV company in the world. They had the best selling EV in the world. And if you can't put your sights on beating that one company, then what was the point of even making an EV in the first place? You shouldn't even call it a Charger. You should just call it a Charger Daytona GT, right? So just so people will be like, oh, well, it's not really meant to be a, you know, a top of the line EV. It should have been like a middle of the road EV, prices like 50, 60 grand, and be done with it, right? But you put the name RT and Scat Pack on a car, and that basically is just not really what the customers want. Because, like, we just lived through the last call year where anyone with the right mind would tell you that an $80-something thousand Scat Pack was basically a Scat Pack that had a markup attached to it, right? Because there was dealers trying to sell Scat Packs for $80-something thousand, right, with options on there, right? So everyone in their mind knows from the last call year that car right there was a one with a markup. And then here you go, like a year or two later, with a Scat Pack EV that now the base price of a Scat Pack is $70,000, $80,000, and then option out is like $85,000, $86,000. That is crazy, right? I mean, this car is supposed to be faster than the Hellcat. I mean, why didn't you give it like an electric Hellcat name, right? Or something like that, or give it some other freaking name. But that's just my negative thing with the Charger Daytona. I mean, like I said, I have still not driven one, but the only reason I haven't driven one is because the cars. Oh, I gotta get ready to go to game night. But the only reason why I've not driven a Charger Daytona was because I was supposed to go to the event and Dodge not giving my invite to the event after they told me they was going to go do so, right? One dealership I went to, all the Charger Daytonas are broke. Other dealership I went to, their 5 were broke. 2 Scat Packs and 3 RTs. So I've tried multiple times to try to drive a Charger Daytona, and my personal experience is, and I took you guys on an actual experience because I live streamed both times I went to the dealership, and both dealerships told me, well, the first dealership told me that it was stuck in PDI, and it might take a week to get out of PDI. It does not take a week to PDI a car. Then the second live stream I went on, I showed you guys heard that one Charger Daytona I was in, and the daggone thing was clicking, like click. And I was on the live stream like, do y'all hear this clicking sound? Click. And everybody heard the clicking sound as one car was doing. So as far as I know, my personal experience has been bad with the Charger Daytona because I've seen it have bad experiences with it. Yes, son. Okay, I'm coming, son. I'm gonna get off. Okay. But yeah, my 6-year-old is telling me I gotta get off. But yeah, my personal experience with Charger Daytona has not been positive. I've tried, just like RacerX suggested, hey, the haters, you guys should go try to see one in person and you guys should try to drive one. I done that and it did not go well. And I did it on a live stream twice to 2 different dealerships, and all their cars are broke. So that's 7 Charger Daytonas where I live at within 15 minutes of me. 7 Charger Daytonas, all of them broke. That's not very confidence inspiring. And I'm not going to hold my mouth and not say that. When people saw that on the live stream, they heard the salesman go in there and say, yeah, they're doing software updates. And then, they hear the car clicking. So I'm just saying, I'm going to try again. Because Demonology told me, hey, because we did that video. You guys should watch a video on Demonology's channel where it was me, Demonology, Rich Rebuilds, OCMotivator, and TK's Garage, where we all talked about the car. They had mostly positive experiences, but they also told us about some of the bad stuff that was with that car. So you should definitely go watch that video out. But Demonology told me right then and there, like, hey, this car looks a lot better in person. The frost on chamber exhaust system, it sounds a lot better in person. I tried, but none of the cars in me are broke. And then I talked to Dodge. I talked to them like last month. They told me that, hey, we might have some review unit Charger Daytonas available sometime in Q1. Then I said something to Dodge last week, but hey, can I get a review unit for Charger Daytona? And they said they're still not available yet. So I don't know whether or not they're not available because John Elkin was pissed off based on what TK's Garage said in his video, that he was pissed off about the reviews for Charger Daytona being mostly negative. I don't know whether or not those Charger Daytonas they was reviewing for the fleet. I don't know whether or not they are all having software issues or whatever, or maybe because I saw on the brand ambassador page that they're using a lot of those cars for the auctions to go do drive experiences with them. So who knows what they're doing with all those cars, whatever. But I did ask Dodge for a review unit because I would like to have one for a couple weeks and make daily videos with one, because I have not seen a single reviewer say they were actually going to go buy a Charger Daytona. I have not seen a single person other than I saw other than CJ and 32s, but he got 24, 26s on the car. So not really like you're going to make a lot of Dodge content with that car to actually, see the average day in the life of that car or whatever. And the dude has like 20 something cars, right? And then I think the only other person I seen on there was who has the YouTube channel, what Socket Monkey Garage that TK has said to me one point in time before. So no one out there is going to get a Charger Daytona to actually have on their channel and stuff. So that's why I want to see if Dodge let me have a review unit. That way I can actually live with it for 3 or 4 weeks. And then, I was hoping on RacerX's video from today, he was talking about the prices gonna go down Charger Daytona, to see whether or not I could potentially lease one for like a year, and give you guys like a basically give you guys like a review of how it actually is for someone who actually has a current car like a Demon 170 and have a Charger Daytona as a daily driver and stuff. You know, how long it takes to charge, can you actually find charger stations and stuff, is the car actually bricking whatever, is there any software issues with the car, how's the quality with it, because I think the only negative thing I've seen CJ32 say about his car was he talking about the little buttons underneath the screen wasn't really that good. And then I want to say I don't think he knows whether or not he actually came with the actual charger, the charger's car at his house, whatever. I did put that little clip in the front of the video. I don't know if anybody sent it to him, but there should have been like a household charger for the Charger Daytona in the trunk underneath the little cover or whatever, right? So I don't know whether he actually saw that and knows is in there. I just saw his video today where he used his house charger from his BMW that he kept, and it worked for his car. So like I said, that's why I'm going, like, I wish that, you know, I can actually get a review unit for the Charger Daytona, so I can actually, you know, give you guys a first-hand experience, because you guys know if I have a Charger Daytona and I'm actually driving for weeks, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what's going on with that car. I'm not gonna basically be like, not gonna be like a situation if you gave well, I'll just say it. If you go say Rady's Rise was given a Charger Daytona for like 4 to 5, 6 weeks, whatever, you know, he gonna be extremely positive literally every single time you talk about the car. You know, if I have that car, I'm gonna be very, very real with it. If something goes wrong with it, I'll let you guys know. If there's a lot of good stuff with it, I'll let you guys know, right? Because that's one thing I'm gonna do, because I got this camera right here where as soon as it get warm, I'm going to basically go and do a lot more stuff outside. So I'm gonna do a lot more outside content and stuff. I just can't really do so because it's cold, and I haven't driven my Demon 170 in like 2 months. So once I get my repair kit for my Demon 170 for the spark plugs, and then get that done and get my oil leak fixed, that I should be making content with this bad boy. So I already got a setup already ready to go for outside. It just need to get warm and then get my car fixed. And so yeah, but I do need to go because my son is worrying the crap out of me. A 6-year-old is running my life. He want to go to game night with his cousins. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. There's no beef between OC and RacerX. I'm definitely gonna send you a message in the background and a little private little group chat, OCMotivator. So I'll see you guys later. Give RacerX some slack. The guy, he's really nice, and I don't want to say that he has thin skin, but I mean, you can see, you know what it is. It is what it is. I'm just gonna say, RacerX, don't let haters get you down. I got haters too. You probably got way more haters than me, because more people know who you are than me. But don't let the haters get you down, bro. Just saying. I know I'm allegedly one of your haters and stuff, but hey, I haven't said anything bad about you ever since. And I did say in that video where I talked about you, RacerX, I did say in appended, I still love RacerX. So I'm just saying, I'm not a hater. But I'm gonna go and get up out of here. My son is worrying the crap out of me. So I'm gonna see you guys later. Where's my freaking keys at? I need to find my keys because I gotta drive the Z06. I would love to drive my Demon 170, but I gotta freaking drive my Z06 because my Demon is not fixed. So I'm gonna see you guys later. Oh, I do got a video coming out. I gotta make a thumbnail